Hello and welcome to Paul's Engage channel and continuation from yesterday. I had a few problems. One of the main problems was that the ends of the boards, board 2, 1 and 3 should I say, had slight weakened joints from the weight when I was storing it, and they came off, so I had to repair the joints, repair the ends with super glue. Took me a couple of hours to clean up the ends and make sure that they're all good again. And they seem to be solid, but yeah, with this 3mm MDF, maybe it's not such a good point. I'm going to see if I can get some board to put these boards on, so it acts if you like beneath the layout, and then I can put them on hinges and then just lift them up and hide away any wiring. But for the moment, that's obviously down the line once we get the rest of the boards fixed. Now then, the lake here, I've taken bits and pieces out of it because I just dumped some rubbish in there that had come from the other boards while I was trying to repair them. So I've got to put the bridge back on, so the bridge is going to go back on there like that. And then I'm going to have to put the boards 1 and 3 back. I was thinking of maybe moving them around, but because of the way I configured it originally, that's not going to be possible. So we're going to just stick with these 1, 2, 3 and 4 for the moment. And right, so the bridge will go there. I'll need to fix that down later. I'm not going to fix it down now because I'm going to be taking boards 1 and 3 backwards and forwards to it, and it will damage the bridge otherwise. So for the time being, the bridge will come off and just go back on when I'm testing it. We've got houses from board 3 which are there. So I need to put those back on once I've decided where they're going to go. We're not going with the same layout as before. It's going to be slightly different, and this I'm going to draw on the boards, the new positioning, new workings, and then I can get on and do the scenics. Got to wait until I can get some scenic material, maybe polystyrene. And I've got some plastic sheets which I'm going to use for certain points, bases. But obviously for the texture ground, I haven't got any big grass mats, but depending on the design, got to fit 2 houses in. I've still got to put the cafe back, and I've got other bits and pieces to build. But with this new configuration with 2 bare boards, I can actually decide on a better layout for the trains, and hopefully it will be more pleasing. There was a few problems with the other boards, the way it was laid out before. Hopefully now that will be a thing of the past. I'm still going to need to put some resin in here to form water, but again that's going to be down the line a bit, because as soon as I do that, that's going to make that really heavy. So I want to bolster the baseboards with another board underneath to make them not so flimsy, because obviously these are all going to be kept together, and as I found out, once we starting putting a little bit of weight on, it becomes difficult to move them. And I could keep taking them backwards for parts and that, but as you can see, this bridge actually is not ideal to keep taking apart, and I don't want to keep taking it off and on the layout. This goes for the others. Occasionally you'll get a bit of overhang from one of the other boards, and not ideal. I know I could do that, but this is a home layout, it's my layout. I'm not going to exhibit it, so I just basically want to make sure everything looks fine, and it needs, I think, the extra strength in the base. If I put it on, maybe a 5mm MDF with some hinges, and then just hinge it up, and I can look underneath and do any wiring, and it also hides the wiring and makes it a bit easier. And then make a box for the top, so that the buildings and items on the layout don't get damaged. But that's a long way off at the moment, because it obviously just takes a while. Obviously, first things first is getting hold of the materials, and they're not readily available for me at the moment. So anyway, we'll get on and do that. I shall draw up the new scheme on the bare boards and see if we can make this look a lot more interesting than it was before. Talk to you later, and hopefully I'll show you in the next video the new layout on the boards, but for now that's the update. Thank you very much for watching. Watch the rest of the video. There are a couple of other bits and pieces, and we'll get on and do the scenics. So the fourth board was the one which has the pre-bungalows on. These are the houses off the board before the lake. So I'll take those out of the way, and I'll say this board was okay, wasn't damaged or anything, so I can carry on with that. Now these two houses will get reused and put on the new, well, not the new board, the revamped board. Both these are okay, they came off alright, so we can just repair or replace them on the boards with their new scenic materials, grass and obviously road and everything else, and track. So it does bring up the issue then of what we're going to put on the boards for the lake board for the railway bridge, whether it's going to be a brick built one or a metal girder bridge. I'm still leaning towards the girder bridge because it adds a bit of difference rather than having two bridges made of brick. Could do a bridge with stone, but I don't think it'd be in keeping with the layout, so I'm going to go for the girder bridge. I'll have to redo the girders. I'm looking, I have got some new girder bridge sides which I haven't used, and they're in one of the boxes somewhere, so I should go and have a look for those. And then we'll get the other two boards fixed with new scenics